Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I want to talk to you about the correction we're seeing for Bitcoin, as well as JPMorgan talking about Bitcoin's ETF. We're going to break it down. Before we go further, please go ahead, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, friendly reminder, I will be interviewing Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, which we know have put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section. I'm interviewing him this week, so you will see the interview this week, hopefully by Wednesday. Anyway, guys, take a look at this. Bitcoin right now at $37,849. It is down near 7% from a 24-hour perspective. It had dropped lower. In fact, Ethereum down to 1,265. It had almost broken its previous all-time high of $1,400. Very close. But this is the correction, guys. I literally talked about in yesterday's video. I said we need to see a correction. When I showed you guys the weekly chart, right? You just look at this and it's like, look at all these green candles. There has to be some significant correction, to make sure that we have a healthy move upwards. We don't want to go too crazy on the parabolic run up, not yet at least. That, things are just going to crash back, but it is a different bull run, as I said in yesterday's video, because you have the likes of Square, PayPal, Grayscale, and MicroStrategy and others buying up and hodling. They're not dumping, they're not selling, they're just hodling long term. So there's a less supply, and you have less people selling. But I still believe in market principles, in a healthy market where corrections are needed, and we build support levels, right? So look at this here. You see this huge red candle. So I am certainly not a technical analysis expert, but I know enough to understand market cycles and the behavior of markets. And it's good to see that. I personally still think we could go down a bit more. I was honestly thinking between 25 to 30,000, right? We built some support levels there. We moved sideways, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's very different this time around, but it's good that we see a correction here. That is healthy. So don't panic. Don't be like, oh my God, Bitcoin's crashing. This is healthy, guys. You cannot have anything go up in a straight line. There has to be a correction. You have to build support levels. So I'm personally buying the dips. I bought some more Bitcoin and Ethereum today, not financial or investment advice. That's just what I'm doing, and I'm dollar cost averaging, right? Because I am expecting a $100,000 price for Bitcoin, according to the stock to flow model, which is, of course, outlining a lot of the supply and demand economics around Bitcoin, the same that could be applied around gold. So as Plan B had shown just on January 7th with the updated chart, we are on track. And in fact, today he published a new chart. Well, I shouldn't say a new, but an updated version of the chart here, the Bitcoin NGU technology chart here. And it mimics the stock to flow. And you see here, we are still on track. And the respective orange and yellow dots, so to speak, are incoming, which signify the respective price, as things move up. So obviously, the further away you move from that 200-week moving average line, which is indicated here with the black, it indicates we're in a bull market. The closer you get to it, we are in a bear market, right? As you can see here. And in fact, this blue dot here, it's very different from what happened before, and that was the COVID crash, right? Where every single market and asset class saw a big, huge sell-off. So it did not stop Bitcoin. Things are still on track. It, in fact, caused more adoption of Bitcoin to COVID situation because of the money printing that followed it, because of the economic downturn, right? So Bitcoin being a hedge against that. So looking very bullish here, my friends, and patience is the key. That's why I show you guys these macro level charts. They're not following the daily and the hourly and the weekly. Those charts are good if you're day trading. That's fine. God bless you. If you're more power to you as if you're day trading, good for you. I'm a hodler. I do swing trade, swing trade over months. I'll buy certain altcoins like Chainlink. I made some money off of it, buy it, sell it, at a profit. So I make money that way. But like Bitcoin and Ethereum and others, I'm holding long term. So looking really good here, guys, and things are on track. And Plan B tweeted the following to address the FUD that's being spread. And look, it's being spread by a lot of the XRP maximalists. And I am bullish on XRP. I still have it in my portfolio, but some of these XRP maximalists are going nuts, spreading Tether FUD. So Plan B said, if you really think Tether bullshit and Mt. Gox FUD is bigger than quantitative easing / central bank money printing, then you are doing it wrong. Sell your Bitcoin to Grayscale, PayPal, Cash App, UHWNIs, I'm not sure what that is, and hedge funds, and get out of the game. Yeah, if we can sell it all, and there you go, we're going to buy it up. What the people who are spreading this Tether FUD are going around, it's like they have tunnel vision, right? They don't see, hey, JPMorgan's bullish on Bitcoin, they're accumulating. PayPal, Cash App, Grayscale, MicroStrategy, Guggenheim Fund, Mass Mutual, and all these other guys, Stanley Druckenmiller, Bill Miller, Paul Tudor Jones. You think they're concerned about Tether BS, right? Which is not even that a big part of the market. This is just FUD being spread. And like I said, a lot of the XRP maximalists are doing it. I personally see that as childish and stupid. If you are here to make money, invest without emotions. Forget about communities, forget about religious followings and cults. I'm here to make money. That's why I show you guys my portfolio and the breakdowns. Those of you who are channel members have direct access to it. I'm here to make money. So if Bitcoin, they're putting their money in Bitcoin, I'm buying Bitcoin. I have XRP, I have Ethereum. So I diversify to make sure I reduce the risk in my portfolio. And here, speaking of JPMorgan, long desired Bitcoin ETF could actually hurt price in short term, JPMorgan. I don't know how to read into this. This seems like some smoke and mirrors move, but they did come out with a price prediction and they have been bullish on Bitcoin. So I don't know what they mean by this, but let me give you the details. While a Bitcoin exchange traded fund, also known as an ETF, would be long-term positive, in the short term, it could hurt the price of the leading cryptocurrency as it would draw institutional money from the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, currently the only way for some of the Wall Street to gain exposure to Bitcoin, JPMorgan analyst wrote in a report. So I kind of get it, but I don't think so because a lot of these big players are buying and hodling. Now, don't get me wrong. I think if Bitcoin hit 100,000, some of them would cash out. Look, I'm going to cash out some at 100,000. I've cashed out some already, but majority of my Bitcoin is still being held, right? So I know what I'm doing. You have to do what's best for you. You got to have a game plan. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm never selling. Well, good for you. Then you're in a different financial situation. You must already be a multimillionaire that you don't have to sell. But the point is, we still live in the real world where we have to do things. I took some profits. I'm going to take more profits along the way up because no one can call the top. And I'm still holding majority long term. That includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, VeChain, so on and so forth. So let's see how this plays out. Maybe they have a point, but it's a bit interesting. What they are saying in the short term and not the long term. Long term they see it as a positive, but maybe they're right. I don't know. But still just an interesting thought. But who cares about the short term? I think many of us are looking macro level. That's why, once again, stock to flow model, macro level. There's going to be more Bitcoin halvings coming up, right? 2025, my friends. So we have to be patient and let things play out and save some crypto for long term as well for the future bull runs. Now, this is interesting. 2 NYC, New York City bars, could be yours for only 25 Bitcoin or 800 Ethereum, says a report. A New York bar owner is selling his business for Bitcoin and Ether, which could make it the first cryptocurrency-only restaurant sale in the U.S. That's interesting. And you may say, well, who cares? Well, this speaks to adoption, my friends. This speaks to people's minds changing, right? And understanding, hey, instead of giving me cash, which is being diluted right now because of inflation, give me Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are going to appreciate, which are in a bull run. Most likely this person owns crypto and they obviously understand what's going on. So according to the New York Post, owner Patrick Hughes has put the Hellcat Annies and Scruffy Duffies up for sale and is accepting Bitcoin and Ether as a form of payment, saying he's hoping to catch one of these crypto dudes who always wanted to own a bar. Hughes says he's willing to sell both businesses for around 25 Bitcoin or 800 Ethereum, which are valued at around $975,000 at the time of publication. He said, crypto is on fire. It's a hot currency. Though still uncommon, purchasing high-end property and real estate using cryptocurrencies is nothing new. In 2018, a beef salesman turned early Bitcoin adopter from China's Shanghai province, Guangkai, funneled parts of his wealth out of the country by purchasing real estate abroad. Hong Kai sold 500 Bitcoin in the US and then used the money to buy a 100,000 square foot mansion in Los Gatos, a 90-minute drive from San Francisco, California. As per Hughes, while the bar owner says he's only received a few casual offers, he's convinced crypto is the future. The next crisis, you won't have to run out and buy toilet paper. He told Post, you can just use your dollars. So, wow. Lot to uncover there. So obviously this guy gets it. He understands the value of crypto. He sees the appreciation and value. So smart on his part. Who would want to buy the restaurant in New York City with the lockdowns and everything that's happening and people fleeing the city at this point? I don't know, right? Unless you have a lot of Bitcoin and you're willing to just sit on that restaurant and get what little business you can. But, you know, it is what it is. Everything goes in cycles, right? So in New York City, the economy, everything will come back to normal eventually, but it may be a while before we do that. Next, he said, look, the next crisis, he's indicating the US dollar is going to be worth toilet or be the equivalent of toilet paper. You just use toilet paper, use the US dollar for toilet paper like they do in other countries instead of buying toilet paper, right? So interesting. And I think that seems to be the way we're headed. And that's why these big time investors are buying up now. And I think the masses will FOMO in eventually and realize, the money is sitting in my bank account. I better put it in something that's going to store the value and grow the wealth, right? Because right now the purchasing power is being diluted. We all know that, right? With the money printing, new round of stimulus checks are coming. I'm not saying, helping people out because the government has locked the economy down due to this virus. Helping people out, they should, but it just really fast tracks the problem that's been happening for a long time. They've been printing, doing quantitative easing. Now they have to print more money than they ever did because of this situation. So it's a crazy time that we live in, and hopefully things go back to normal and Bitcoin and Ethereum keep going up and the rest of the market as well. I've always said Bitcoin is the rising tide that lifts all boats. And yes, I still hold my XRP. I have some Litecoin. I haven't sold my Litecoin that I got in 2016, 2017. So I have some Cardano. I have some Chainlink, of course. And I'm hodling and buying the dips, not financial or investment advice, and just putting in what little I can here and there. And just it's really actually interesting to do that in a bull market. Like even if you put $100 into Bitcoin and you put another 100 into Ethereum, literally the next day that money can jump up by like $50, right? You could easily have $150 for each because it's moving so fast. The market is going up so fast, guys. And you have to do your research, have a plan. I know some of you people who are like hardcore hodlers, like, why are you going to cash out, dude? I will say it again, and I'll put a link in the description to my cash out plan. I'm cashing out some, I'm hodling the majority long term, and I'm lending some to BlockFi to earn interest. So that's what I'm doing. That's what works for my financial situation. I make money other ways and other investments, which I cannot disclose on this channel. But everybody do what's best for you. Just have a plan is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Be prepared so you know what you're planning to do, how you're going to use the money, capital gains tax. Talk to a financial advisor, of course. But guys, what do you think? Do you think we could keep going down further? I think so. Even if we go down to 30,000 and we build a support level there, move a little sideways, and then make our way back up, because we've seen this cycle over and over again. Just zoom out on the charts. My goodness, right? You have your corrections, and then you move sideways, and then you keep going up, right? It's happened countless times. So not surprising, as far as what's taking place here. What do you guys think? Could we go down further? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Leave.